we'd ad lib, we'd rewrite. You know, we ended up doing these buttons on the end of every show, these little comedic spots. Not all of them were comedic, but a lot of them were. And we'd just play with them. Yeah, I also liked, one of my heroes as an actor was Cary Grant, because I felt like his dance, that's how I described it, his dance was such an amazing dance. It's like, I called it dancing on the bubble. And when I played Starsky, I really was into that whole thing of moving and doing things, whether it was shooting a gun or answering a telephone or whatever, so that I was dancing on the bubble, and it was nice to be able to do that because, most of the time, you walk in here and you say this and you walk out. So, well, I'm going to walk in and I'm going to see something on the desk that fascinates me that has nothing to do with anything. And I'm going to play that reality while the rest of the scene's going on. And that became, pretty much the way I worked and the way, and David and I would come up with all these things. Eventually, what we were doing was feeding the writers, and the writers were writing it back. And then in those days, what they had was they didn't have writer-producers, thank God. What they had was they had producers, and then they had a line producer, and then they had a head of a writing staff, and they would hire out two writers. Writers would come in and pitch an idea for a story. They'd hire them. They'd write 2 drafts, and then the editorial group would take over and Starsky and Hutch the pieces, try to change things and move them around and fix them and add the humor, some of the humor, and like that.